Hello, welcome to my channel, WingSpiritualClarity. My name is Wendy Wing. I'm doing a reading for Taurus. Welcome, Taurus. So this is a general reading. I'm not tuning into one person's specific energies. I'm tuning into a collective energy. So take what resonates and leave the rest. All right, Taurus. In the past, you were in the energy of Three of Wands, partnerships and alliances. This image always makes me feel more like Three of Pentacles type of energy. But all right, let's see. In the past, something was going on with partnerships and alliances. There's someone in your past, Taurus, who there's someone, it's a self-centered energy, someone who's very jealous and smothering. Feels like a very needy energy. And it feels like this created a lot of anxiety and depression. Made you feel very hopeless in this connection. Feels like this person was very emotionally immature. I already said they were insecure, but I'm going to double down on insecurity. They might have felt like a new idea, a new way of being, but it feels like they brought a lot of disappointment. Yeah, so this was a someone in this connection. This was a Three of Swords. This was a third party situation. So being in connection with this person created a breakup, created emotional pain and heartbreak. I have this feeling that they seemed like the answer. Maybe the partnership and alliance, who the original partnership and alliance was on some level dissatisfying. And so there was like, oh, I've got this great idea. This person, I feel like this person showed up in a very seemingly nurturing vibe, that they seemed very financially independent, practical, someone you could build with. But the longer you were with this person, the more you realized that they were very self-centered. And jealous. It feels like they're very jealous of the person you were originally with. They wanted that position. They wanted to be that person because it would give them the financial stability that they were looking for. It would, that the conflicts that they were going through would not be there. It feels like both of you might be a bit emotionally immature. And definitely just so much insecurity here, trying to find secure ground. It's like it's like trying to scramble for ground again and again and again, and creating a lot of lies in this connection, because it's a third party situation. So there's a lot of sneaking and lies. Yeah. All right. That's your past position, Taurus, and your current position is 8 of Pentacles. Positive movement forward. Working really hard towards something. A willingness to put effort in something to get results. Something skilled. Something you're skilled at. Right now, it looks like you feel like you're doing it all, that you're carrying the burden. You're burnt out, overstressed. Feels related to this past relationship. It feels like you're having to carry the burden of making it work. You put in so much effort into this connection. Maybe you're asked to put in so much work into this connection, and you feel like you're doing it all, and you're carrying the burden of this relationship. The relationship was not what you expected it to be. And you feel overstressed and burnt out. You had a lack of long-term vision. Feels like you were dissatisfied in this past relationship. And an emotional immaturity was like, well, I'll just give my attention, I'll feel better, and instantly, because this person, this third party, feels like what I've been looking for, feels wonderful. It even feels like for a time it felt really good to sneak around and lie, and because it felt like you were moving towards something, being able to build with this person. But there was a lack of long-term vision. Maybe you really didn't know who this third party was, really. You knew who they said they were. And the truth has come out. It has broken hearts. Feels like you separated and really hurt this connection. Maybe hurt several people by this third party situation, by how the choices that you made. And here you thought you were building something that to make you feel better, to get you out of this unhappy partnership and alliance, and then smoothly transfer into a partnership and alliance that does work. But instead, you're putting in so much work without getting any results from it. It feels very dissatisfying. Feels exhausting. Feels like these are some of the issues that you had with your original partner. And you thought, well, those issues that I'm having with my partner are because of my partner. If I have a new partner, then I won't have those issues, where that's not how things work. You have now repeated a cycle, it feels like, with this new person. In this past relationship, you felt like you were doing all the work, and you were burdened and stressed out and burnt out. Maybe this was someone that you also, you put a lot into, but didn't receive what you wanted out of it. There was just a limited amount of success. And you got distracted. And I feel like there was an assumption that the original person you were with was the cause for the blame for the dissatisfaction, whereas this energy has now followed you into your present connection. And so right now you're going through a tower. Sudden change, upheaval, chaos, a revelation. Towers can be just a revelation, seeing things, a truth coming out. It's a disaster because the foundations, trying to build a tower on rocky foundations, on a foundation that sinks. That tower, you can only build it so high on a faulty foundation. And so it's a divine intervention. The tower gets zapped because you have to deal with the foundations, and the foundations of this third party connection is built on lies, deception, escape, trying to escape, using emotional immaturity, jealousy. There's a clingy neediness. So kind of a codependent needing. And it's created so many worries about the truth coming out, worries about people seeing what took place, realizing what really went down. It's built on, this relationship's built on a foundation of you doing all the heavy lifting, you carrying the burden, you're overstressed, you're right back. It feels like a Groundhog's Day. Same situation, just a different person. And now you're feeling very isolated and alone. You might be with this person right now as you're listening, but you still feel isolated and alone. Feels like you've lost your way. You're disconnected. I get the feeling that someone who in the past you would have gone to, who would have helped you through this, who would have been understanding of what you're going through, is the original person you were with. That's kind of the irony here. The person you're with now, the third party person, they wouldn't understand that. It doesn't feel like they are empathetic and caring. They just have needs. They need you. They need what you can provide. So there's a lack of being there for you. You're really wanting to be respected, to be a leader, to be stable. You're wanting to get your power back, to know how to protect your energy, to have focus and discipline. And it's hard to do that when you're in a codependent relationship with someone who's very insecure. I feel like this is also some karma, like you're realizing what you put the person you were originally with, what you put them through. maybe an edge. You're starting to realize some truths about yourself, about what you've done. Yeah, there's just a real lack of direction right now. There's a lack of direction. It feels like you're not getting communication. It doesn't feel like you're in communication with this person in your past who you were connected with. And you're having an opportunity. It feels like things are getting so uncomfortable. This is not how you thought it was going to turn out. This is not how you planned for it to turn out. You really thought when you were sneaking around and being deceptive that this person was perfect for you. But that's such a tough foundation to build a lasting relationship on. And you're seeing things from a different point of view. You're going inside. You're realizing that you sacrificed a connection. And whether this connection, this original connection, was not meant to last, you have lost their friendship. You've lost their respect. You've lost their care. You sacrificed the person in the past for what you wanted to receive without caring about them. It's like a discarding. There's something that's happening right now about you feeling that you understand on some level, or beginning to understand what you put this person through. Maybe you are being discarded. Maybe you're seeing things from a different point of view, a new perspective. Ooh. All right, your higher self is in the energy of Seven of Pentacles. Patience and planning. There is your higher self is saying, it feels like you're trying to spiritually bypass, like you are just trying to get to high ground. You're trying to have fun and avoid looking at your shadow, avoid the consequences for your behavior. So trying to avoid karma, trying to avoid the time that it takes to heal. Feels like you've been very impulsive. There's been a lack of planning, a lack of patience, just a need for something to be changed. It feels like this comes from that emotional immaturity. Feels like you make moves very quickly and impulsively. And your higher self is saying, hey, let's slow down. Let's really look at what it is that you're wanting to create with your life. Let's deal with past traumas. Let's deal with some childhood traumas. Why you created repetitive cycles. This isn't the first time that you've put someone into a third-party situation. This is a repetitive pattern of not being truthful and honest, of using lies and manipulation to try to control outcomes, to control people, to move people around. feels like old ways, old power dynamics. Like it feels like an invitation, a perfect timing to see what real power is instead of this, instead of trying to use control and manipulation. There's been a lot of this behavior is very unfair. There's a lack of accountability. There's a lot of dishonesty. There's a lot of punishing, projecting, and punishing others for the insecurities that you are exhibiting, that you hold. I feel like you've shielded yourself from the guilt of because you're not taking accountability for how you've behaved, the dishonesty. Ooh. So right now it looks like you're not receiving blessings. You're losing opportunities. Some of you, it feels like this is affecting your wealth and your health. Might be even affecting your job. Again, a lack of planning, a lack of foresight. There's a moving quickly, trying to avoid pain and going towards, it's like pleasure seeking without, but very reckless. It feels like there's been a lot of investing into things that are bad investments for you. And as a result, it feels like karma ripening. Your karma is ripening. Your karma, it feels like whatever it is that you participated in, that all of these activities and deceit and betrayal and lies and manipulation and blocking others' blessings, this is now karma is coming around. So it's not as a punishment, but karma has no view on good or bad, right or wrong. Karma is just merely, it is simply whatever you put out, you get back. If you do not like how you are feeling, if you do not like being deceived, now you know what it's like to be on the other end. If you do not like to be manipulated, if you do not like to be betrayed, if you don't like putting in all the work into a connection, now you are receiving what you put out. So you have you can take accountability, not as a way to be a victim to this circumstance, because you're merely getting what you put out. If you do not enjoy this, if this is destroying you, if this is really hurting you, it is an invitation from the universe to change your behavior. If you do not enjoy the energy that you put out, there's an opportunity for empathy to see what you've created in others' lives. Your challenge right now is harmony. Choices. Partnership. Your challenge is connections. Being in connection with another. Your challenge is finding a connection that is stable and satisfying. Ooh, okay. Your challenge is making choices, making decisions. Feels like you stayed in this third-party situation for a long time and didn't make a choice. You didn't come clean and tell the person you were originally connected with that this isn't working. Feels like there is a habit of not making a choice. I feel like by making a choice, you need to step into accountability and taking responsibility for the choices that you make. Feels like you do anything to avoid making hard choices. Your challenge is to learn how to make decisions, to take accountability and responsibility for the decisions that you make. Your challenge right now is to stop needing others to fill your cup of love, to deal with your repressed emotions, to learn how to love yourself. Feels like there's a lot of, what's interesting is I don't see any love, no emotional love in this connection with this third party. It's empty. Fiery, exciting, feels better than the original connection because lack of willingness to address that. There's no love. It feels like you are needing others to validate that you are loving and lovable instead of learning how to love yourself. Your challenge right now is to not emotionally manipulate others. There's something about your disconnection from your emotions that make you feel very cold. You might be manipulating others' emotions to get what you want. Your challenge is to end this cycle. There's a potential to end this cycle, to learn these lessons and move on to a different level of connection. One that's fulfillment, where you feel accomplished, you feel a mutual celebration of life. You feel like you've arrived together. Your challenge right now, Taurus, is to end this cycle that you've been stuck in. So, all right. Wow. So just remember, Taurus, this could be you. This could be, it feels like you could be one of the different roles in this. I assigned a role to who you were showing up as. You might be the person who was in the original connection with this person, or you might be the third party person. But I took an angle and went with it. So I hope this was helpful, Taurus. Take care. Bye.